The story you are about to hear is not one of war, but of peace. It's not about armies clashing but about humanity shining in the most unexpected place, and at the center of it is the Philippines. Yes, the world already knows Filipinos for their compassion, for their ability to care for others in times of need. But when an Israeli general, one of the highest-ranking officials in the Israel Defense Forces, says that Filipino peacekeepers forever touched his soul, you realize that this is more than just duty. This is legacy. This is love for humanity itself. Today we're going to uncover the powerful story of how Filipino peacekeepers moved General Amir Baram of Israel in a way he will never forget. A general with a reputation. Before we dive into the moment itself, let's understand who Amir Baram is. Baram is not just any officer, he is one of Israel's most respected military leaders, a general who commanded the Northern Command, who dealt with some of the toughest challenges along the borders of Israel. Today, he serves as the Director General of Israel's Ministry of Defense. This is a man who has seen the battlefield, who has commanded soldiers in war, who has made decisions that carry the weight of a nation's survival. And yet, this same man, hardened by years of military service, admitted that Filipino peacekeepers touched his heart in a way that strategy and weapons never could. The quiet bravery of Filipinos abroad. The Philippines has long been one of the world's most trusted contributors to international peacekeeping. From the Golan Heights to South Sudan, from Lebanon to Liberia, Filipino soldiers have stood shoulder to shoulder with the world, bringing not just discipline but compassion. Unlike other forces who may be remembered for power or aggression, Filipinos are remembered for something different: their humanity. They bring music into war zones. They share food with strangers. They smile even when surrounded by conflict. For them, peacekeeping is not just about protecting civilians with weapons, it is about protecting dignity with kindness. And that perhaps is why General Baram found himself so moved. During a gathering, Baram shared a personal story of what Filipino peacekeepers did for the IDF. It wasn't about battle, it wasn't about tactics, it was about something far deeper. Filipino soldiers had stepped in, not to fight, but to serve, to protect, to heal. When Israeli forces were strained, Filipinos offered support without hesitation. When there were wounded, they showed compassion that went beyond borders, beyond religions, beyond politics. In that moment, Baram admitted he felt something rare in the military world, the power of pure humanity. He said that what they did will never leave his heart, that it forever touched his soul. Think about that. A man whose entire life has been shaped by conflict, found his most unforgettable military memory, not in war, but in the kindness of Filipinos. So what makes Filipino peacekeepers so different? Why do they leave such a lasting mark wherever they go? Well, it really comes down to values. Filipinos are raised with Bayanihan, the spirit of communal unity, of helping others as if they were family. They're taught to respect elders, to value life, and to care for strangers. And you know, these values don't just disappear when they put on a uniform, in fact, they shine even brighter. While other soldiers might focus only on orders, Filipinos bring their culture into their duty. They treat even those they guard, not as subjects but as brothers and sisters. And honestly, in the harshest conditions, that humanity becomes a light. So why does this story matter? Why should the world care that an Israeli general was touched by Filipino peacekeepers? Because honestly, it proves something we often forget, that true power is not measured in weapons but in compassion. When a decorated general says he was moved not by victory in battle but by Filipino kindness, it sends a message to the world, that even in times of war, the greatest soldiers are those who carry peace within them. For the Philippines, this is a reminder of the global impact of its people. Filipinos may come from a small nation, but they carry a big heart, one that can touch even the most hardened generals. This moment also highlights the special bond between the Philippines and Israel. Filipino workers and caregivers are among the most trusted in Israel. They are treated as family in many homes. And when Filipino soldiers serve as peacekeepers, that same trust extends to the military. Baram's words were not just personal, they were symbolic. They showed that the Philippines is not just an ally in name, but a partner in humanity. So what can we all learn from this story? First, that strength is not just about might, it's about heart. The Filipino peacekeepers showed that real courage is found in kindness. Second, that one act of compassion can ripple far beyond the moment. By touching Baram's soul, they didn't just impact one man, they reminded an entire nation and perhaps the world of the power of humanity. And third, that Filipinos carry a gift the world desperately needs today: the ability to heal, to connect, to remind us that even in war, we can still choose peace. General Amir Baram has led thousands of soldiers. He has stood at the front lines of national defense. But when he looks back, one of the moments that stands tallest in his memory is what Filipino peacekeepers did, not for victory, but for humanity. And that is something no war can erase. For the Philippines, it is proof that even in the most unlikely places, their people shine as beacons of light. And for the rest of us, it is a reminder that the greatest power any nation can possess is compassion.